It's finally here. The 2023 TSSAA high school football season starts right now. I'm Jill Jelnick and welcome into Football Frenzy Live, sponsored by Wilson Bank and Trust. The start of the football season is always exciting because we start to learn more about our local teams, players, and also get an idea of who might be the favorite going into region play. And that all starts tonight with week 1 of FFL. Check it out. We have a jam-packed show for you tonight, including highlights from a handful of games all across the mid-state. Also have live reports, some post-game reaction, all of that in the next 15 minutes. But first, how about we start in Williamson County? Nolensville Knights coming off an impressive 2022 season where they won 12 straight games before eventually falling in the 5A quarterfinals. Knights hosting the Rockville Rockets, and the Rockets come out firing. Nolensville cornerback Ty Collins picked off by Rockville's Braden Tomlinson. Rockville quickly cashing in on it. Running back Breshawn Odell takes the handoff, runs around the corner, goes untouched into the end zone. 7-0 Rockville in the first. Nolensville trying to answer, but Collins gets the ball knocked out, and Rockville's Camden Frierson with the scoop and score. Rockville doubles the lead, 14-0. Knights trying to come back. They have the ball deep in Rockville territory. Collins fakes the handoff, keeps it for himself for the touchdown. Nolensville cutting the lead in half. The Knights keep charging this time. Short run by running back Zion Tamaska. He gets a little help from his own line for the rushing touchdown to tie it at 14. Well, this would be a back and forth battle all night long. Rockville was leading 20-14, but Nolensville would come back to win it by 1, 21-20, that final. How about Blackman and Brentwood opening up this season against each other for a third straight year? Last year, the Bruins won the opener 23-14. As for tonight, Brentwood kicks it off. Handoff to running back Trey Doris. He kicks off his senior year with a touchdown. Bruins up 7-0. Second quarter, Brentwood ball again. This time, quarterback Baylor Hayes, plenty of time, throws it deep and right into the hands of Matt Manning on the other end. A 41-yard touchdown to put the Bruins up 14-0. But Hayes just getting warmed up. Less than a minute in the half, Hayes stepping up, throws a dart. Clayton Merrill sticks it out over the goal line for the touchdown. Brentwood would go on to win this one 38-14. We have a lot of great games all throughout tonight's show, but there can only be one game of the week. And for that, we'll head over to Montgomery Bell Academy, where the Big Red are playing host to the Pearl Cone Firebirds. For more on this game, let's send it over to our FFL reporter, Caitlin Miller, joining us now live from NBA. Game all wrapped up. And Caitlin, what can you tell us about our game of the week?
Yes, Jill. Well, the final score was 21-14 Pearl Cone. Now, I spoke with Coach Brunetti earlier, and he said that he really wanted to improve from their last two scrimmages where they were struggling. And he says they were able to do so tonight, and we will hear from him in just a bit. I also spoke with NBA. They have a lot of new faces this year, so they say they're really trying to work on forming their identity. But let's check out the highlights from tonight's game. Now, the Big Red fans are going crazy for their first home game of the season. We start these highlights in the third quarter. Keyshawn Tarleton throws a pass about 75 yards. Look at this, all the way to Donovan Higgins for the touchdown, making the score 21-7 Pearl Cone. Now H. McIlwain throws it deep to Oakley McFerrin and makes a difficult catch against Robert Left Jr. Now a couple of plays later, McIlwain tries to pass the ball to Brooklyn Davis, but Josh Sims picks it off for the interception and gains possession. Now Pearl Cone punts the ball, but it's blocked by Jack Stanley, and he scoops it up and then scores, and making the score 21-14, which ended up being the final score of the game. And now we talk to Coach Brunetti after his big win.
We made steps this year. I mean, this game here, but we still got a lot of things to work on. But the big thing is that we didn't quit. We stuck together as a team. One side of the ball, we had to stand up for the offense. Defense rose to the occasion. And offense made plays when they need to make plays. But I always say defense wins championships.
And again, the final score of this game was 21-14 Pearl Cone, but it's just week 1, so we have a lot of football left. Reporting live from NBA, I'm Caitlin Miller, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Thanks so much, Caitlin. Let's keep the action going. Head over to Pope John Paul II as the Knights host the East Nashville Eagles and their first-year head coach Damian Harris. Knights start off with the ball here early in the game. Quarterback Hudson Holman to running back Elijah Robb, who picks up a nice gain on the play. Knights keep it rolling. Holman passes out, hits wide receiver Jackson Vonderhaar deep in Eagles territory. The next play, Robb takes the handoff, brings the Knights a little bit closer to the end zone. He'd take the pass here again. Robb inching his way, just gets called short of the end zone, and the Knights wouldn't be able to convert. Believe it or not, East Nashville Eagles would start to fly away with this game. After that, East Nashville wins 45-6 over the Knights. Well, we're just getting started here on Football Frenzy Live. Still have plenty more games to get to tonight, so don't go anywhere. FFL is back right after this.
You're watching Football Frenzy Live!
Bart Durham injury law.
Two Rutherford County rivals battling it out in Murfreesboro tonight. Riverdale Warriors hosting the Smyrna Bulldogs week 1 of the season. Always a fun rivalry between the Warriors and Bulldogs. Tonight also is an emotional night for these two teams. For more on why, let's send it over to MTSU analyst Joe Dubin, who joins us now live from Riverdale High School. And Joe, first of all, welcome to the team. What can you tell us about this game tonight?
Thank you, Jill. I got to tell you what, it was, like you just said, quite the emotional night here at Riverdale High School as Riverdale took on Smyrna in the first annual Bobby Bowl, named in honor of longtime Rutherford County football coach Bobby Wells, who passed away last month. Wells coached at both Smyrna and Riverdale, and the head coaches at Smyrna and Riverdale also coached under Coach Wells. Let's go to the highlights. I got to tell you, it was a beautiful night for high school football all around Middle Tennessee, especially at Riverdale. And the story of the game, Jill, the defense for Riverdale all over the field tonight. Every time the Smyrna quarterback would go back, he had 4 or 5 guys in his face, which opened up for the offense to a lot of good things. Here it's 22-0 in the second quarter. Brock Montgomery, one of the top receivers in the state, takes the ball deep into Smyrna territory, and then Keyshawn Williams will finish it off with the touchdown. That'll make it 29-0 at half. The more Keyshawn Williams in the second half, he'll take the slant pass from quarterback Braden Graham. He'll go all the way into the end zone. A nice run there. Williams with a huge night. And Riverdale gets the win 36-0. They go 1-0 in the season. After the game, we talked to Riverdale head football coach Will Kreisky about the emotions of tonight's game. There are wins, and there are wins like this in honor of Bobby Wells. What does this win mean to you tonight?
It meant a lot more for me personally. Coach Wells and I have been together 15 years. It really hit me tonight when I was walking out of the field. Me and Bobby had a little ritual routine we did every night before a game. We'd walk out together, and when I had to walk out by myself, it got a little hard. When you lose a best friend like that. And I'm really proud. Bobby meant a lot to this group, these kids, like Keyshawn Williams. Who scored 2 touchdowns tonight. Bobby pulled him out of the gym. He randomly saw him dunk in gym class, and Bobby said, "You're going to the field house to meet Coach Kreisky, and you're going to play football." And the rest has been history for Keyshawn. So for that, and for Bobby being a defensive guy, and for these guys to get a shutout tonight was really special for us.
I was going to ask you about that. To get a shutout against Smyrna in the first ever Bobby Bowl, I mean, you can't write that script.
No, you can't. And the kids really took it personal too. Coach Wells meant a lot to him. He was the happy guy, the positive coach that kept everybody going and kept everything going smooth. And these guys, it really meant a lot. Like I told them, we preach family, we got to mean it, and I think that family core value meant a lot tonight because they had my back and they knew how much it meant for me personally. And they wanted to do something for Coach Wells and his family. And Benny and Mandy were honorary captains tonight, and they saw that and they got to see them, and they wanted to do something special for the Wells family.
Are you glad this one's over?
Yeah, I am. Being Matt Williams' text earlier in the week was like, man, this is going to be tough. And when we first met on the 50-yard line before pregame, we both kind of got a little emotional because how much Bobby's impacted both of our lives, not only as coaches, but personally.
Yeah, appreciate you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
Joe, I got to tell you, these football coaches on Middle Tennessee are more than coaches. They're confidants, they're father figures, and Bobby Wells was certainly a father figure to so many kids down here at Rutherford County. Riverdale gets the win tonight over Smyrna, 36-0.